Hi everyone, welcome to the third episode of the Geek Show. Well, today we're going to cover...
First, the virtual worlds in China.
That's right, and next we're going to actually talk to Daniel Cervantes, who will tell us more about the Web 2.0 scene in Malaysia.
And third, we're going to hear your feedback, we're going to read out your emails.
That's right, so don't touch that dial! Virtual worlds can be broken up into two parts. Well, the first one is actually the MMORPGs. For example, like World of Warcraft and MapleStory. And the second group actually is people who go online just because they want to lead an alternate life. For example, Second Life.
Speaking of which, I do play MapleStory, which is a good game, I think.
Peter, are you kidding?
No.
You really play MapleStory?
Yeah.
Dude, 2 words for you, man. Grow up already. Oh, that's 3 words.
Wow, such a kid.
Yeah, you really can. You know, actually something that's going to interest you a lot.
Which is?
There's this new virtual world for kids actually like you, and it's actually called Club Penguin. And Club Penguin is actually funded by the venture arm of Disney Corporation.
I love the Mickey Mouse and Donald Ducks.
I actually like Daisy Duck more.
Okay, talking about the virtual worlds in China, there are 3 prominent ones. And 2 are still in private beta, which are Novoki and Uanet, with user base less than about 10,000. But Hype-High, on the other hand, has a large user base, about 48,000.
You think that's a lot? Well, compared to Second Life in the States, well, they have actually about 13.5 registered users.
Wow.
But then again, you know, they started about 3 years ago, so that explains the big number.
Yeah, I mean, Hype-High just launched their public beta about weeks ago, so, well, just why is they so small?
Yeah, I understand that, don't worry. Well, in Second Life, they also have a currency called the Linden Dollar. And I don't know how many people know, in Singapore, we have a startup company called First Meta, and they actually deal with credit cards on Second Life. Beat that.
Well, I mean, Hype-High, people don't see demand for the currency, so, well, they don't have it yet. But I believe some days they're going to create one very soon.
Well, in Second Life, there are advertisers such as Dell and IBM. What does Hype-High have?
Intel is there. Intel is like putting the money in Hype-High.
Well, that's cool. What else is different then?
Well, let me think. Visions. You know, when last year I talked with Xu Hui, the CEO of Hype-High, he told me this. The vision of Hype-High is to create a 3D browser where people can communicate with each other using graphics and illustrations instead of words, which can be a barrier for some people.
Well, yeah, that's a pretty cool vision if you ask me.
Yeah, and you know what?
What?
Our friend Beyond is working there.
Beyond Lee from Singapore Entrepreneur 27.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what, girls? His avatar on Second Life looks so much better than what he does in real life. Hi guys, so in this segment we actually have a special guest. His name is Daniel Cervantes. So Daniel, you are the founder of Idropreneur, right? Co-founder, yeah. So I have this really pressing question I want to ask you. Your middle name or your surname is Cervantes, and what does it mean?
Well, basically Cervantes is my middle name. My surname is Lim.
Okay.
But back in the days, I actually know 5 Daniel Lims, my peers.
Okay.
So being a marketer myself, I have to differentiate.
Tell me more about Idropreneur.
Well, Idropreneur, we set up with 2 objectives. Basically, in Asia, there's 5 top career choices.
Okay.
There's the doctor, lawyer, engineer, accountant, and doing IT?
Yeah, okay.
So we felt that entrepreneur should be one of these top 5 choices. In fact, the top 3, to be honest. And what we did, we set up to promote entrepreneurship among youth, especially among university students.
Okay. And so I heard that Idropreneur is actually one of the supporting organizations for this event held in Malaysia. It's called WCIT, right? Or it's called NetBash at WCIT?
Yeah, we are one of the supporting organization for NetBash.
Right.
NetBash is a fringe event, not directly related to WCIT.
Okay.
But we are a fringe event. We sort of hijack few of their members, and then we create a very intimate setting, very accessible event where you can meet Guy Kawasaki, Colin Wong, a former Googler.
Googler, I like that
Googler,
term. Yeah.
And then we have we're supposed to, what's that guy's name? Mahmoud for Al Jazeera. And
I did see that on the website. Yeah, so you have all the very seasoned people in this industry. So basically, what would someone who is going to NetBash expect?
Well, basically they're going to expect the main topic about NetBash will be talking about creative content and Web 2.0.
Okay.
Okay, and how this industry is moving and what's the direction they are supposed to see. And then Guy Kawasaki will be there to talk about innovation, how can you create new innovations out of creative contents, and what the Web 2.0 based on what he's talking about.
Okay, along that line of Web 2.0, my question to you is, you actually were born in Malaysia, right?
Yes.
And you spent a lot of time in Malaysia, right? But
Yes.
you are very knowledgeable about the Singapore Web 2.0 scene as well.
Yeah.
So my question to you is, how is the Singapore Web 2.0 scene different from that of Malaysia's?
Well, I have to say, the Singapore scene is pretty vibrant at the moment. There's a lot of interactivity between startups, and there's quite a few cool startups being formed in Singapore. And Malaysia is probably about, I would say, if I give it a year back, year lagging behind. So in Malaysia, most of the startups are pretty in stealth mode, I would say.
Okay.
They are not ready to be publicly, they are not ready for prime time.
Okay.
They're just doing a lot of testing and a lot of mashup.
So Daniel, my next question to you is, can you name one interesting Web 2.0 startup that is happening in Malaysia?
Well, if you know, there's this site called Blinklist. It's basically like a social bookmark for stuff that you like.
Okay.
Okay, that is from Malaysia. It's from this company called Mind Valley.
Okay.
So, but their target is generally in North America. So, and they do not. Most of the Malaysian startups do not do stuff that are catered to Malaysia, but they do stuff for North America.
Okay. And so they're already profiteering, and they're doing very well.
They are profitable, and they are self-funded basically.
Okay, and then just now you tell me a bit more about Mind Valley. What is Mind Valley? What do they do? What's so interesting about them?
Mind Valley is started with this guy named Vision and another guy, which Mike, was a former eBay guy.
Okay.
Yeah, and they created the idea factory to churn out one internet business idea per month.
Okay, so that's very interesting. Probably something you want to see in Singapore. Well, now we've come to the end of this segment. I want to thank Daniel for joining us today. Daniel, thank you very much.
Thanks for having me.
Well, we'll see you in the next segment. We hope you had a good time. Well, guys, for our viewers' feedback, somebody actually said that we feature a bit too much content about China. Now, Mr. Peter Zhu, what have you got to say for that?
I am from China. Ow!
Well, guys, we really like to feature stories outside China as well. So if you live in Thailand, Korea, or Japan, make sure you write to us to tell us your suggestions. Email us at
geekgardensshow@gmail.com.
That's right. So stay tuned to our next episode. See ya!
I shouldn't take that picture and then. Take a. Really?
I dare you to dig your nose if I already.
Welcome to
Be damn enthusiastic. Okay, ready? 1.
I am from China, remember? But. Oh! Ow!
Oh, but anyway. I keep forgetting!